This is Mech 404, Fixtures and Workflows. This is the wood drilling operation. So the objective of this challenge was to design the flow and fixturing for a drilling operation of 12 by 3 by 1 pieces of wood using a standard drill press. This is the picture of the drill press right here. This is a picture of the table of the drill press. And we want to drill consistent holes through the wood. So we want to drill holes at the same spot consistently. And so the task for the tasks uh, of the challenge is we want to design the documentation for this operation, the flow, the fixture, and then we want to test the fixture, and then we want to film an acceptance test for the fixture. Deliverables include development plan, technical drawing, pictures of the fixture, and acceptance test. And the acceptance test is just the operation of the fixture, shown at least twice to show that it's not, so that it is consistent. And the project workflow is first we want to check the hardware right here, the hardware. Then you want to create a development plan for the for this operation, and then we want to design the fixturing and 8 steps and document the 8 steps method for this. And then we want to build the fixture. And then we want to test the flow, fixture, and the process to see if it's up to specifications. If not, then we want to change something about either the development. Then we want to go back up here and either modify the development plan, or we want to modify the fixture. So we come back here and the flow, fixturing, and process are up to specifications. Then we want to then we want to do an acceptance test. So this is my fixture right here. This is the fixture right here, and these are measurements on how to build a fixture. And these nubs right here, they fit into these right here. So so when it's actually on the table, it's flat like this. And so the 8 steps for this are: step 1 would be the input. The forces in this case would be you, the operator, pushing the wood into the fixture, and then gravity pushing down on gravity being a thing, and then the table is supporting it. And then steps 2, 3, and 4, which are location, fixture, and constraint, would be you push the part into it, and the fixture locates the part. The it also constrains the part because it stops it from moving during operation. And yeah, so it's the fixture is push up the part against the fixture on both sides, and gravity is still at play because it always is. And the next step would be the operation, or step 5, and then now you're facing gravity and drill, which pushes down. Now that the table has to support more weight or more force, and the drill is also spinning clockwise, meaning now it's pushing up more against this way of the fixture, meaning the fixture also has to support more weight this way, or support against more force this way, like that. And then step 6, the release. Now that the drill is coming out of the part, now the drill is pulling upwards and facing again, and the fixture, along with gravity, have to stop the part from moving, as you see by this right here, by this lip right here, to stop the part from getting out. And then, also the part is also still uh, pushing up against the fixture with the drill, because the drill is still rotating counterclockwise. And then next step 7 and 8, which is output and reset, the operator is now going to pull the part out and move it wherever the finished parts go. And then that also clears up the table, and meaning that the table is reset, and you can move on to the next step, or you could move on to the next part, and then you can go back to step 1 and then just repeat this all over again. Yeah. And so some things that I would change about this fixture would be to increase the length of this part right here to be longer in length, so then it can support more. Yeah, so then it could support longer length pieces of wood, because if this part right here it fits in there, but that's because it's past the middle section, meaning that its pivot point isn't that it's past the pivot point. But if this was, say, shorter, if this piece was longer, and the pivot point was not supported by this, then the part could fling that way. The part could fling that way, meaning this side goes out that way, and this side goes out this way. So that would be something I would change about this part if I was to, yeah, if I, that would be the next thing I would update about this part. Um, yeah, uh, that's everything. Thank you for watching.